lightweight, versatile, and insanely strong. Today we are here to talk about one of the best travel tripods I've ever used, the Neewer LT39 carbon fiber tripod. Let's get into it. So you might notice we have a bit of a change of scenery here, and that's because my apartment in Los Angeles is getting fumigated this week. So I decided to come up to one of my favorite places that's somewhat local, and that is Big Bear Lake, California. Neewer actually sent me this tripod to do a review on. I do get to keep it, but they did not influence whether I make this a positive review or negative review, but the tripod really is that good. And I thought, what better way to show it off than beautiful Big Bear, California, instead of like my loft in my apartment. So although this Airbnb is very nice, it would be an absolute waste to not take this tripod out in nature and go shoot some stuff with it, show you guys the specs, show you guys why I like it so much, and get some beautiful shots with it. So before we go outside, I just want to let you guys know I'm using Cam Mackey's Zhiyun like collab light. There's going to be a full review and video coming out about that soon that we're also going to shoot here in Big Bear. But I just wanted to say this thing is at 10%. It's at 10% right now, 10%, and it's this big. That's freaking crazy. Anyway, let's go get out there and shoot. Hey guys, okay, we are out here, Big Bear Lake. This is one of my favorite spots to film. Hopefully it's not too windy with the noise. We have the Neewer LT39 carbon fiber tripod right here. Let me show you why I love this spot so much. I'm just gonna pan real quick here. So for those that know, this super long bridge is like my favorite part in Big Bear. All right, so we're back here. So let's unravel this guy, the LT39 carbon fiber tripod. Sorry, I'm making sure there's not too much foot traffic here. It is the summer, it's a popular lake. So it comes in this really nice case, which I love. It does come with a few accessories. Just take it out here. And we can see, right away I can see how light it is. This thing is under 3 pounds. I think it's like 2.6 pounds. It is so light, like we can just swing this thing around, but it is strong. It is built like a tank. This is solid carbon fiber right here. It has a nice long center column with a hook, so you can hang something if you want, like a backpack, just to give it extra stability. That helps on a windy day like today. But it also comes with a shorter center column, which I didn't bring, but that helps in scenarios where you might want to pull these levers down and you can extend these legs even further out, and you'll hear they click back in there. With the shorter center column, that can get you as low as like 8 inches, or I think it's like 7 point something inches. But with the longer one, it can extend here plus the legs and get you somewhere around 62 inches, which is awesome. All right, I want to get out of people's way here, so we're kind of tucked in the corner. But yeah, let's go open this thing up. We can see here, it is a ball head. This thing is rock solid. Like when it's tight, you know, you can loosen it up here, and then when you tighten it, I'm a fairly strong guy, and I can't even get this to budge when it's locked down. It also has this column here, so you can do a 90-degree rotation if you want to shoot vertically. And then this little knob here, you can pan, which is nice. It's actually, this is not a fluid head, but it is a very fluid pan, so that is good to know for video. But it is more of a photography style tripod. And then this little knob here will raise the center column. So let's extend this thing to full length and pop a camera on it. All right, so it's got 4 little latches here, so it allows for some pretty far extension. I also just love the color scheme. It's kind of like a bronze with the carbon fiber. It's very slick looking. So I'm just gonna extend all these out here. They lock really nicely in place. All right, and there we go. And then with the center column up, this is the full height of the tripod. So not quite as tall as me, but I'm 6'2", so that's okay. And again, this is kind of a photography-based tripod. So I actually brought my 35mm camera. We got a new film stock that I'm excited to try out. So we're gonna pop that on here right now and show you guys how this little tripod plate works. So when you twist here, it unleashes this little lever right here, so you can just pop the plate out. It actually has the bubble under the plate, which is kind of weird, but I get that they want to keep this small, so you can just bubble your tripod. It does work very nicely. You can bubble it before you put your camera on. So right now we are level, and then we can go ahead and throw a camera on this guy. All right, so pretty easy and self-explanatory. You just put it on the mounting hole at the bottom of your camera. It does have this little flip out, which I like, because when you're working with things that are this light, you don't always need to tie them in, you know, with a screwdriver or anything. This actually gets a really nice lock. It's very tight. Then it simply clicks in right there, and then you just turn the wheel to lock it in place. And now we are good to go. We can start taking photos. And just to show you guys how secure this is, I mean, this is not going anywhere, especially if I lock the pan down and I really get this secure in place. I mean, I can lift the tripod by the camera. I can, you know, we can go any which kind of way. I can throw it on my shoulder and we can just start walking around, and I don't have to worry at all about the camera falling off or anything like that. Now, this is obviously a very light setup, but this thing actually holds 22 pounds, which is crazy to me. I'm not sure why it even needs to hold that much, but the fact that it does is pretty cool. So if you have a more of like a cinema setup, maybe something lighter like an FX6, and you're just trying to get locked off shots for video, you can absolutely use this tripod, which I actually just did on a music video shoot. I knew we had locked off shots. I knew we were going to be bouncing all around LA. We were going to be hiking up to kind of hard places to get to. And instead of bringing my Cartoni or some bigger tripod, I just carried this thing around. They were going fast. Yeah, it made my job so much easier. Just to give you guys a sense too, let's take a look at this. So this tiny tripod, right? It weighs under 3 pounds, like I mentioned. Let's go ahead and pop her off here. You lost focus there. Okay, this is my Cartoni. Can we see that? That is my Cartoni. It's hard to kind of compare the two, but the Cartoni is, am I still out of focus here? Where are we? Okay, lost you guys for a sec, but if you didn't see, the Cartoni is a beast. It is a proper cinema camera tripod. The payload is not too different from this. This is 22 pounds. I think my Cartoni is like 30 pounds, something like that. But it is made for, you know, it's a proper fluid head, pan, tilt, all adjustable. It's meant for big cinema camera setups. It also weighs like 15 to 20 pounds. You know, it's not something you necessarily want to just throw over your shoulder and hike around with. So this tripod is great for that. Now, I own 3 tripods. I own the Cartoni, I own a Benro, which is a pretty chunky, beefy, more of a cinema camera tripod with a fluid head, but it is like a budget-friendly one. And then I own whatever Best Buy sells. It's like the Sun Pack. It's similar to this in the sense it's like small and skinny, but it is not good build quality. I think it's aluminum. I could bend it with my hands easily. I haven't, but I could. This thing is something that I wouldn't think to purchase because I own 3 tripods. And then once I actually had it, once Neewer sent it to me, I saw the benefits immediately. And I was like, okay, for photography, awesome, especially long exposure photography, which we'll get into in a little bit. But for video too, we're actually gonna throw an anamorphic lens on my Nikon ZR here. and we're gonna get some locked off shots for video just to show you guys how stable this tripod really is. If you slide these down, this can extend a lot more, almost 90 degrees. So this thing can get very, very low if you want it to, and you use the other center column that it came with. I did not bring that with me though. The other thing this tripod comes with is a phone mount that can just screw on the top here. That doesn't seem that cool until I show you a little trick with the iPhone 17 and the tripod, and we're gonna get some pretty cool shots out here, but I have to wait till it's dark out. So for now, we're gonna throw my Nikon ZR on here with an anamorphic lens, and we're just gonna get some nice locked off shots around Big Bear Lake. And then again, just to show you guys how easy it is to take the camera off, you just simply screw the wheel in like this, pull this little lever down, it comes right off. So quick release plate. It's not necessarily like news, it's nothing to write home about, but it's nice that it is so easy to use on this tripod. Let's pop the other camera on and get some shots around the lake here. What's up, guys? Okay, we are driving now in Big Bear. We're trying to find some food. I forgot this entire city closes at like 8 p.m. But it all works out because I'm just on my iPhone right now. We're shooting cinematic mode or whatever they call it. But it's getting pretty dark out, and we're going to show you guys why the tripod coming with a phone holder to mount onto it is going to be a very cool thing. We're going to get some cool nighttime shots out here, and from what I remember, at nighttime when your phone goes into kind of like night mode, if it's completely stable, completely locked off like on a tripod, it will do a long exposure. So we are actually going to do some astrophotography out here and kind of see what that gives us on this newer carbon fiber tripod here. So I'm probably just going to cut to the picture. Actually, I should quickly mention, because we already have the Nikon ZR rigged with the 50mm Mantis, I'm first going to give a go at some anamorphic astrophotography. Now, to avoid star trailing, you can only do an exposure of, I would say, like 10 to 15 seconds, but we're gonna see. I do have my star tracker with me, but that's for another night because that's like a whole process. So basically, on the phone and the ZR, we're just gonna get some astrophotography long exposure shots on this newer tripod. And okay, now I'm gonna cut to photos. All right, well, admittedly, that did not work as well as I wanted it to. There is a full moon tonight, which, like, for human eyes, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. For astrophotography, that is kind of like your worst enemy is a full moon, because it kind of populates the entire sky with light, and it makes it very hard to get the stars. But you guys could tell we did get some long exposures. We definitely saw more than the naked eye can see. I was hoping to get the Milky Way, but the Milky Way was kind of crossing right where the moon was, so that was just not going to be a possibility. There was just too much light pollution with the moonlight. But it is cool that this tripod comes with a phone mount, so you can do things like that. Or if you're traveling, you can just throw your phone on here and get some nice static shots. And I don't even think I mentioned this tripod is $225. So you are getting a very, very good, strong, versatile, lightweight, easy to travel with tripod for really not that much money. Click the link below if you want to check it out or even purchase it. And that is it for this video. I am going to enjoy the rest of my trip in Big Bear. Oh, yeah.